Good evening. Please excuse the mess over there in the direction of the closet. I'm in the process of doing a bunch of stuff, and, well, we don't have a bunch of room to do much of anything, so it's kind of a task getting everything back and forth, back and forth. But there's a method to my madness, and I'm gaining progress. So, one of the tasks at hand is I wanted to get my UPS, my uninterruptible. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that. Power supply hooked back up under the desk, and namely for, of course, my main computer here and the security cameras. So I think I've got bad batteries now, because it won't run for very long at all on battery. So, I mean, like, not even 3 minutes before it has to kick out. So I think my batteries are toast. But other than that, just been a typical day of going to the news. As happens many, many times, right before I came on the show here, in fact, the music was playing, and I ran across another article, and I was like, holy cow. This is what I've been warning people about. This is exactly what I've been telling people about for like over a decade now, and everybody thought I was just out of my mind. And now they come right out in the open, not only let you know they're capable of doing it, but letting you know that there's a chance that they may do it. What am I talking about? Well, I this is insanity. Evergy to take control of some thermostats Monday. Says here, temperatures are expected to soar as the sunshine returns Monday afternoon. The heat mixed with high humidity will make it feel upwards of 100 degrees. That means air conditioners will be working overtime, straining the power grid across the metro. In an effort to make sure the power stays on, Evergy is notifying certain customers that they will take control of their smart thermostats. It will only impact customers who signed up for Evergy's thermostat program. Energy said it will adjust the thermostats of homeowners in the program by several degrees between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Monday. Customers enrolled in the Energy Savings Program will receive a push alert before Evergy remotely adjusts their thermostat. Those customers can opt out through the alert. Evergy said homeowners in the program are also able to change the temperature at any time. In exchange for enrolling in Evergy's thermostat program, customers received a discount on a smart thermostat. This is the first energy savings event of the season for Evergy. The company said it will never have more than one event a day or more than 3 in a week. So, there you go. Long ago I said that was partially the entire intent. Hang on, let me try to unmuddy my voice a little bit. I had to mess with my mixer a little bit today. And so, I was trying to get my audio back to where it was. And I think I sounded a bit muddy there. So, but now I'm a bit quiet. So, there we go. Wow. Howdy, Steve. I don't know what you win. Hell, I haven't figured out what I've won yet. Oh, man. But, so I ran across that article just, like I say, as the music was playing, and I'm like, oh, wow. That says exactly what I've been saying they were going to have the capability of doing. And, it sounds like right now they're more or less doing their test drive of the program. But I promise you, before all is said and done, that is if we aren't one big glowing pile of goo, before all said and done, the only way you'll be able to have heat or air is if you have a smart thermostat and if they are connected to it. And I guarantee you that you're going to run into all kinds of issues with, the whole social credit thing and all of that. Man, I'm telling you, and temperature, if for those that don't know, temperature is a major thing that they can use for torture. And so that's a big deal. If they can make you extremely cold or they can make you extremely hot, man, they can really start screwing with your mind then. I'm just saying. There's a lot of revelations coming out right now. I've been trying to keep my best eye on it as I can, and there are so many revelations coming out about the capabilities they have and have had for some time and some of the different things that they've been doing. And I don't go into a lot of it because there's most of it I can't sit here and bring you anything to show you with any certainty that what I'm talking about is going on. And because I can't do that, I don't come here and just, I can't stand those channels that always has that information that they're just about to bring to you. And many times they never do get to bring it to you. And the times that they do, it seems to be usually some type of lame information. Well, I'm not one of those cats that sit there and try to hook people. There's a whole hell of a lot of stuff I can't share. And so I don't sit there and try to hook people with it or anything like that. And if it's something I can't share or something I can't talk about, I don't. It doesn't get brought up, period. You don't tease with that kind of stuff. Anybody that teases with that kind of stuff, they're doing it for other reasons. They're not doing it because they actually have valid information. A lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of different things that have been finalized. A lot of different programs that the government's been working on closely with agencies, much like DARPA and others. I don't want to get too deep here. I think we better be. I think we better be on guard, and I think we better make sure that we're doing the do. I even pulled out the radio bag today just to run through the double A's in the shortwave radio because I just wanted to make sure that those were just tip top. And it wasn't that long ago I ran through all my batteries and done them, so. And they weren't very low. They still had pretty much full charge, but I did it anyway. Other than that, getting some stuff squared away and swapped around. I got tired of constantly, anytime I needed a tool, I had to unpack at least, this area here of the closet. The lower section, I would have to unpack and move stuff out so I could get to my tools. Well, that sucks when you have to do that every damn time that you need to get to a tool. So I'm moving my damn tools. And that will also give me more room because they were on that bottom shelf. That'll give me another shelf I can fill up with prepping stuff. Woo! So, pardon me. We got visitors coming Wednesday, and so just running around doing the dusting type of stuff, getting stuff squared away. Much of it was stuff that I wanted to get done, kind of part of the whole, you call it a spring cleaning kind of deal. I never in my life had an official spring cleaning, really. I just, I just clean when it's time, But anyway, I'm just kind of trying to get on top of everything here. And then probably before the end of the week, I'm going to hit the tents heavy and get them cleaned up. Get them cleaned up, cleaned out, and going. And hopefully that's the plan. Other than that, it's just been A lot of same old kind of stuff. As far as anything notable news-wise, I will share this with you. I watched Monkey Works before I went live here. And you have to understand, I get it. I know. And I know that there's a lot of people like them. A lot of people don't like them. I'm neither nor. I mean, I'm not there for that. I'm there for information. When he gets in on his Trump stuff, I just ignore him. That's all. I just ignore him. So there's a lot of people that are stupid with that stuff, and I just ignore it. It is what it is. One of the people most stupid with Trump derangement, and I'm meaning in favor of Trump, not against, is Ben Davidson, Suspicious Observers. I mean, that dude is like out of his gourd with his stuff. His political beliefs are just bizarre. Far, far right. I mean, way right. But I don't listen to him for his political views. I mean, he's so far right, I almost, completely stop having anything to do with listening to him, anything. That's how far right he is. And I just do what I can to ignore it and focus on the information he gives about the sun and whatnot. So it is what it is. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on that tangent, but he put up an image. This is the military heavy lifts. That would mean, your transport planes and stuff like that. This would be your military heavy lifts the last 30 days. That means they have been transporting a whole hell of a lot of stuff. A lot. So it's something you might want to put in the back of your head. They're getting ready for something, without a doubt. So just kind of keep that in mind. Have some coffee here. So I don't know exactly what all. I mean, like I said, I look out there and I see so much insanity, and it's all across the board, whether it's domestic, international. It's crazy. And like I said, I think you're about to see the violence get stupid this week. And it's already stupid. Man, I can't tell you how many people St. Louis area just shot in the last 24 hours. And kids, all kinds of kids being shot in St. Louis. And I mean little 1-year-old kid. 1-year-old kid. And then yesterday there was a 10-year-old and 13-year-old or something like that. And then there was 2 more teenagers in North St. Louis or whatever yesterday or whatever that murder-suicide. It's and they were teens. It's what the hell is going on? Unreal. And I think we're just getting started. This heat wave, you're going to see it ramp up. That's for sure. So, keep that in mind. And if you happen to live in a more populated area or whatever, if you can legally carry, I highly recommend you do so legally. Other than that, situational awareness at all times, and just really keep a close eye on things. Follow the rules. Do your very best to follow the rules. What am I talking about? Well, if you go somewhere to eat, make sure you set somewhere near an exit. Make sure you kind of case out the room, not only the people, but the pathway. Plan out multiple pathways to get to multiple different exits. It may sound crazy, so be it. I've done that stuff for years. I've done it for a long time. You know why? Well, because I was at Guns N' Roses in St. Louis when there was a little riot that happened. And I had seats. I wasn't out in the lawn. I had seats. I was like way up front. And ever since then, I'm not a fan of being around that many people. And even if I go into a restaurant or something like that, I follow the rules. I always make sure, somewhere near an exit, I always plan out multiple ways of getting to multiple exits. And I always keep situational awareness on high. It's just a thing. And I'd probably always been that way, but ever since that happened at River Pit, even more so. I call it River Pit. Even more so. So, let's see. Other than that, don't know of anything just off the cuff. I guess I don't have a bunch of tabs open for you. I opened what I thought was some, not necessarily always the bigger stuff. But, I don't know. Good, but so is that. I brought this e-cig out of retirement. This is my bedtime e-cig. Because this damn thing, I don't know if you hear it. You can kind of hear it. It pops like that. Yeah, I'm sure that, I know Blue appreciates it, and I'm sure Jen appreciates it too. When I can't fall asleep, and I'm laying there in bed, and sitting there vaping, and that damn thing goes pop, 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 pop. And once in a while, I see her kind of jump a little bit, so, I'm like, I gotta dig out my Orion, and, start vaping on me some Saltnik again. Say what? What? On what? Both. I've seen you both jump whenever that's popped. So. Anywho, let me take you back over the web view. We'll get through these tabs and we'll run out of here and act like we had nothing to do with it. Alright, you guys are my alibi, right? What show? He doesn't have a show. Who the hell are you talking about? Let's see. Senators want Pentagon to be more green. That's where the headline came from. Yeah, I changed it up a little bit. I did make it sound more fun, though, didn't I? I mean, seriously? I mean, this is the most goofy thing that I think you could ever put out in a statement. No. Second goofy thing. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. The most goofy thing that our government has done, military involved, was allow transgender people to serve. That is the most goofy damn thing ever, ever, ever. It's not about acceptance, damn it. When you want to tell somebody that you are capable of blowing their face off, you don't send some dude in a skirt and high heels to give the message. Yeah, I don't. You send Bruno with his big damn gun and full of his toxic masculinity to tear shit up. That's called war. Now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did my shrapnel get... Here, have some Grey Poupon. I'm sorry. Get down in the enemy's... damn it. Now I can't think... Damn it. Get down in the enemy trenches, and our soldiers are giving they're doing their soldiers' hair. No, I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to put down our military. But that has to be the most ignorant thing you could do. Follow closely by telling your military that they need to be more green. You know, we appreciate how much you blow shit up, but could you do so a little bit more ecologically next time? Yeah, man, we'll plant flowers afterwards. I mean, anyway, this is what the article says, because I'm making it sound probably 10 times worse than it is. Why not? Citing the U.S. military's carbon emissions footprint, you bad boys, a group of senior Senate Democrats officially introduced a bill on Monday that would require the Pentagon to buy electric vehicles starting later this year. Pardon me, Russia. We're going to have to postpone the invasion. We got to recharge. Spearheaded by Elizabeth Warren, why am I not surprised? And Mazie Hirono, the Military Vehicle Fleet Electrification Act. How do you like that? I kind of like that. The Military Vehicle Fleet Electrification Act. It only sounds half gay. But anyway, would apply to non-tactical cars, vans, or light-duty trucks bought or leased by the Department of Defense starting in fiscal year 2023. Transitioning, they like to use that word in the military now, transitioning the military to non-tactical fleet of vehicles to electric or other zero-emission vehicles would have a significant impact on the U.S. government's greenhouse gas emissions, because when we blow the hell out of you, we don't want to pollute. Warren said in a statement announcing the bill, "This is an effective solution that helps us tackle the climate crisis and keeps the military ready for the future," she added. Damn, I need a job working for them, right? It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I mean... I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm giddy, but I don't know what to say. I see the reality of it. I understand what's at stake. This isn't good. This isn't good. And I really don't think that CONUS is gonna just walk away this time without a scratch. And even if they don't lob a missile over, even if they don't chuck a paratrooper at us, they could still cyber attack the hell out of us and put us in the dark. And again, I have quite the concern about our own government doing that so they can achieve their goals. I'm telling you, heads on a swivel. Make sure you've got your preps in order. Because I think we're standing on the edge. And I'm not quite sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it, whether it's good down, whether it's war, whether it's... I can't put my finger on it, but there is something. There is a cliff that we're about to fall off of. I'm not the only one feeling it. There's countless people that are feeling this. And it's right there. And I don't think any of us have been really able to put a finger on it. But I know there's a lot of craziness that's up to bat. We've got Supreme Court decisions. We've got gun control legislation that they're going to clearly ram through one way or another. I feel like the American people are at a moment to where they either stand up or put on their knee pads, one of the two. Because I don't think we've got much more room that we can back up. Anyway, have a sip here and continue on with the tabs I have open. U.S. economy faces major recession, says The Economist, and I've been arguing we've been in one. I think what we face is a major depression. And if you've seen the stock market today, holy hell. Damn. That hurt. That hurt bad. The Dow, down 876. Crypto currently is down 1,960. Crypto is down to 21,274. Just changed. It was like 60,000, man. That's crazy. And it also proves what I was saying the entire damn time, was that it's not any safer than what the dollar is, because the reason that Bitcoin has fallen through the floor is because the dollar is falling through the floor. See how that works? The only way you're shielded from that is with something like gold. But your problem with that is, and a lot of people don't, there's a lot of people that don't even know about this. You couldn't buy or sell gold for a long time in this country after the Great Depression. It wasn't until like 1971 or something like that. I can't remember the exact year. It was the early 70s, if I recall. You couldn't sell or buy gold in that time period. And I keep bringing that up, hoping that some bells will go off in people's heads that plan on thriving on hoarding precious metals. Because if nobody can do, it's the same problem with Bitcoin. If nobody can do anything with it, is it really worth anything? It doesn't matter what it is. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter if you've got the biggest diamond on the planet if you don't have a buyer. Doesn't matter. The same with gold. It doesn't matter if you're sitting on ingots upon ingots. If you can't legally transfer it, what are you going to do? So, just keep that in mind. Make sure you go heavy on food and supplies and all the other different types of preps you need. And save the precious metal concerns for last. Because I guarantee you that they are going to make sure that you and I don't have much of a chance to get ahead in the end of their little plan here. Anyway, to the article itself. The U.S. economy is about to tumble into a recession, economic experts have forecast, dismissing more upbeat predictions from the Federal Reserve. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers warned on Sunday that the Fed's inflation-related forecasts have been much too optimistic and insisted that it confront the recession staring it in the face. When inflation is as high as it is right now and unemployment is as low as it is right now, it's almost always been followed within 2 years by recession, Summers declared during a Sunday appearance on CNN. countering current Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's claim that nothing suggests a recession is in the works. I don't know what she's smoking. Summers pointed to what's happening in the stocks and bonds markets, and the recent rock-bottom consumer sentiment numbers as proof there is certainly a risk of recession in the next year, and that it's most likely, or more likely than not, we'll have a recession within the next 2 years. Things could get even worse depending on the price of oil, he added, highlighting the risk that it will rise higher. Gas prices are already at record highs in the U.S., recently surpassing an average of $5 per gallon, more than twice what they were when President Joe Biden entered the White House, and the NASDAQ and S&P 500 stock indices recorded their worst week of the year earlier this month in the wake of an 8.6% rise in consumer prices, even higher than predicted. So, and I already mentioned and showed you the stocks. This here says stocks fall amid recession fears. All three major U.S. stock market indices continued their downward slide on Monday amid growing expectations of significant rate hikes from the Federal Reserve and an emerging consensus of economists that the country was entering a recession. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 30,516.74 for a drop of almost 900 points or 2.79% from the morning's open. At one point, shortly before closing, the index of blue-chip securities was down more than 1,000 points. The NASDAQ Composite took a similar beating, closing at 10,809.23 and down 530.8 points or 4.68%. A similar story was unfolding over at the S&P 500, which closed at 3,749.63, down 151.23 or 3.88% on Monday. Year-to-date charts show all three in near free fall since last Wednesday. The U.S. market's downward slide began in May after Federal Reserve announced it would raise the key interest rate by 50 basis points and start selling off assets in order to combat runaway inflation. By May 22nd, stocks already had their longest losing streak since the one in 1932 that triggered the Great Depression. And they're here sitting there trying to tell you that we're not even sure there's going to be a recession. Huh. You know what gets me? These people actually expect you to trust them. I'm curious if they actually believe, if they truly, in their hearts, believe that we trust them. Largest crypto exchange halts Bitcoin withdrawals. That's how nasty it got today. The world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, has temporarily halted Bitcoin withdrawals due to a stuck transaction causing a backlog. CEO Changpeng Zhao said in a tweet on Monday. Zhao tried to reassure users that their funds were safe and the problem was only impacting the Bitcoin network. The Binance team is currently fixing the backlog, the exchange said in an official announcement. Yeah, backlog because everybody was selling. The halt to Binance withdrawals came mere hours after crypto lender Celsius announced a suspension of withdrawals late on Sunday and amid a huge drop in crypto prices during Monday trading. Bitcoin had lost over 13% of its value as of 1400 General Mountain Time on Monday, sliding to $23,685 per coin, CoinDesk data shows. Nearly all other major crypto tokens were also trading in the red. The overall market capitalization for cryptocurrencies has plunged by some 12% in the last 24 hours to around $970 billion on Monday morning. According to data from CoinMarketCap, this is the first time this figure has fallen below $1 trillion since early 2021. So the crypto market taking a beating, And I don't, I'm one of those people that, hey, if that's your gig, that's what you do it, I feel for the people that's lost their butts here recently. But I'm not going to be an idiot. I know Pinball put out a video earlier. He acted like a freaking idiot about people that do get involved in Bitcoin and have made money. Hey, if you've done that, I mean, I don't personally know a bunch of people. I do personally know a couple of people that made a fair amount on Bitcoin. But otherwise, just know from the internet and whatnot. Yeah, I know several people from the internet that's like became millionaires from it and did really good. And it's kind of funny for somebody like Pinball to be sitting there calling them idiots because their like homes are paid off. They've got like millions in the bank, right? And I'm sure they're still trading their Bitcoin, but I'm also sure they're smart enough that if they lose everything they got in Bitcoin, it's going to be a small, small sliver of what they have because they ain't that damn stupid. And it just cracks me up how when either somebody doesn't understand something or they're jealous of somebody else's success, they're just stupid. Automatically, they're just stupid. Cracks me up. Anyway, if you're into Bitcoin and you've done great on it, freaking awesome, I hope you know when to call it and, when to buy, when to sell on any of that stuff, I think it's great if people can make money on it. I'm not going to take that chance, and personally, I associate it too much with the one world currency thing and all of that. No, I don't want any part of it, but I will absolutely support somebody that wants to make that investment, and I hope they do well, Just because I'm not interested in it, it's not automatically stupid. I don't know. Maybe you got to be a boomer to be that way or something. I don't know. But anyway. No, I'm kidding. I probably have a boomer attitude, to tell you the truth. Or maybe my attitude is a hybrid boomer Gen Xer. That's probably it. Get off my lawn. Nice shoes, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. Trying to make something up on the fly. Japan's farmers to switch from rice to wheat. And this is awful telling as well. Japanese farmers plan to reduce rice production and partially switch to planting wheat and soybeans at home, Japan Today reported on Monday, citing a survey by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries. The move comes as global prices have spiked since February's launch of Russia's military operation in Ukraine and subsequent Western sanctions on Moscow. The situation threatens a shortage of supplies in Japan. According to the report, 37 of the country's 47 prefectures said they plan to reduce the areas where they cultivate rice in favor of other crops. Japan's rice consumption has been declining since 1962, the publication notes, attributing the trend to changes in eating habits and dwindling population. Meanwhile, demand for wheat and soy remains strong. However, Japan imports 80% of the wheat and 90% of the soybeans that it consumes, and the prices of these commodities globally has risen sharply since the start of the crisis in Ukraine, which has jeopardized the availability of both Russian and Ukrainian grain supplies. Pardon me. Two countries are traditionally considered the globe's breadbasket, previously ranking as first and fifth respectively among the world's major exporters of wheat. So, yeah, I'm getting a buzzing. Not the good kind of buzzing, man. Let's see, Japan's farmers... Oh, I thought I closed that one. Thought we were already in the next one. And then... Where in the hell is that coming from? 1 second. Huh. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I see something register, but I got a real low hum. So, anyway, I will continue and beat it with a hammer after the show. Risk of nuclear arms use highest in decade, or arms use highest in decades, says a watchdog. I'll maybe enunciate it right. Can't even speak right. The risk of nuclear weapons being used is higher than at any time since the height of the Cold War, the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, a leading weapons watchdog, has warned. And I would have to agree with that. The shrinking global stockpile of nuclear weapons is now expected to begin growing once again, according to CPRI Yearbook 2022. While greatly reducing their stockpiles after the end of the Cold War, the U.S. and Russia combined still possess over 90% of the world's nuclear warheads, according to the report. According to CPRI's estimates, Russia has around 5,977 warheads, and the U.S. has around 5,428. Overall, the number of nuclear warheads in the world continues to decline, but this is primarily due to Russia and the USA dismantling retired warheads. The yearbook reads, global reductions of operational warheads appear to have stalled and their numbers may be rising again. At the same time, both Russia and the USA have extensive and expensive programs underway to replace and modernize their nuclear warheads, missile and aircraft delivery systems, and nuclear weapon production facilities. The nuclear disarmament process appears to have stalled lately, and the stockpiles of major powers, as well as other nuclear-armed nations, are expected to start growing, the watchdog warned. If the nuclear-armed states take no immediate and concrete action on disarmament, then the global inventory of nuclear warheads could soon begin to increase for the first time since the Cold War, Matt Korda, associate researcher with CPRI's Weapons of Mass Destruction program, said. So, they're clearly on an upward trend, and I think that we are at a much larger chance of them ever being used than ever in this country. And I hope it doesn't come to that. But I at the same time, I don't think it's going to be mad. I don't think it's going to be mutually assured destruction. I don't think it's going to be an all-out trade-off. I do think that there's going to be a lot of stuff messed up. I think it's going to be multiple cities in each country. But I don't think it's going to be a total wipeout. I don't know, just my thoughts. I could be way off board there. Anyway, got these headlines staring me in the face. One moment. When I turned my mic down, the hum went away. That ain't good. Alright, anyway. Run through these and get out of here and... let's see. Oh, howdy, ma'am. How you doing, man? Hope you're hanging in there. Let's see. World Trade Organization warns of polycrisis, and I forgot what that was again. I read it and I can't remember what it was. Or am I thinking about something else? Yeah, I'm thinking about something else. Okay, there was another article I was reading too. I'll run across it, I'm sure. But, well, it's facing a food and fuel crisis, and export controls are making it worse. Okay. There's another article, though, about, there was something or another that was, in dire need. Never ever before seen photos from Guantanamo Bay I'm adding words there. Never before seen photos from Guantanamo revealed by New York Times. There we go. I'll quit adding stuff. UK poised to send first asylum seekers to Africa. Let's see. Bitcoin plunges to 18-month low. Let's see. I don't know if I covered that one or not. 3 killed in Ukrainian shelling of Donetsk market, says DPR. There was a few headlines about it. So, Macron wrong about Putin, says the Czech Republic. Australia, I almost said Austria. Australia should limit gas exports, says former PM. Japanese yen slides to a record low. Jake Paul rips Biden in brutal viral tweet. Germany has planned to help prevent global famine. Didn't they try that plan back in World War II? Oh, this is a different plan? You sure? I mean, that they were going to try to prevent famine, that's for sure. France entered war economy, says Macron. New York spent huge sum on drag queen shows for kids, says media. There's a whole lot I want to say, but some things I guess are better off in my head. UK fuel prices hit new high. Largest crypto exchange halts Bitcoin withdrawals. Oh, I did cover that one, sorry. Ukrainian mayor changes sides. EU state became a U.S. state, says a lawmaker. NRA responds to gun control deal. Let's see. Russia becomes India's second largest oil supplier, says Reuters. Ukraine's envoy berates Germany. China seeks stronger security ties with Pakistan. West pressuring Arab states, says top official. UK judge throws out Africa deportation appeal. Germany revives Nazi-era tank brand. And that was the other thing. I was like, why not just, bring back Hitler's terminology? Why not? Yeah, so they call it the Panther, but I think they called them Panzer. Didn't they say, weren't they called Panzers? Or is that like what we call them? But anyway, yeah, they're gonna bring that name back. Just in time while all of our football teams are changing their names so they don't offend somebody. Police bigwig gets 7-digit payout after Nazi insignia scandal. See how this stuff works? NATO surprised by Turkish opposition to new applicants. Massive Ukrainian shelling hits maternity hospital, says DPR. Study points to deaths caused by COVID-19 lockdowns. You don't say. Kiev crossed all lines, DPR head says in emergency address. Zelensky speaks after massive bombardment of Donetsk civilian areas. I don't think the Tiger tanks, I think they were the Panthers. They say Panthers, but I thought they were called Panzers. Says here, pardon me. German arms giant Rheinmetall, I don't know, unveiled its new main battle tank at the major weapons exhibition on Paris on Monday. The vehicle comes in under the Panther nickname in an apparent nod to Nazi Germany's iconic PZKP FWV medium tank. Yeah. Anyway, the new tank boasts of new 133mm gun and is marketed with having an optimized sensor-to-shooter links, heavily relying on digital systems to control the battlefield. While closely resembling the Leopard 2 family main battle tank in its appearance, the Panther is a radically new tank concept not constrained by yesterday's technology or Heil Hitler. Oh, no, I added that. Sorry. But yeah, that's the new tool they're going to use to blow people's faces off. So, I'm telling you, they really need to hire me. Pay me big bucks just to say stupid shit. I mean, look, they're doing it for Biden. Why not just add one more person to the payroll? Come on. I won't shit my pants more than a couple times. Let's see. Israel's ruling coalition teeters on collapse. Pretty much like this show. Stocks Poland. Oh, I covered that. Poland wants allies to replace weapons it gave to Ukraine. And that's it. That's everything. Okay. I'm going to get while the getting's good. And God willing, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll be able to do it again. I hope to see you then. I appreciate you coming tonight. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.